Hi, welcome to episode 1 of Just Mushrooms. I'm Michelle and this is Camille. We're super excited to be here with you today. We're going to get started with mushrooms and we're going to introduce you to our special guests, the mushrooms themselves. So we're going to start with some of the most common culinary mushrooms. On our list today are black, or sometimes called blue oysters. These are really firm in texture. They hold a lot of water. They're going to change incredibly when you cook them. And they're a great substitute for anything you would shred or make little slivers of meat-like substance out of. So I like to use these for a bulgogi or a shredded chicken substitute. Here we have a black king, this is a king trumpet, which is also a wonderful culinary mushroom for shredding or making scallops out of. As far as taste, it mimics seafood delightfully. These are some shiitakes, which are so rich and earthy and aromatic, also really wonderful for your skin. Glowing Camille has benefited from that, as have I, and we love our shiitakes in our food. They just give it such a rich aroma. And then, of course, we have morels foraged here in Idaho by Camille. And they're not quite in season yet this year, but these are delectable. Some of my favorite seasonal mushrooms. And there's no substitute for a morel. They just are their own, yeah. And then we're gonna come right up to this is called the lion's mane, and it's on both sides of our discussion today, getting started with mushrooms, because it is a very common culinary mushroom right now because it's getting a lot of attention in the press for all of its good benefits. And so you can find these at many of your grocery co-ops or from local farmers. And the lion's mane is wonderfully, it's just so nice to work with when you tear into it. It's got this beautiful buttery texture. It cooks up wonderfully as a substitute for seafood or chicken. There's a million ways to prepare it that you can find in our cookbook, Just Mushrooms. And it has so many exciting medicinal benefits that it crosses over to what Camille's going to discuss with you today, which are some of these medicinal mushrooms. And so this is another form of lion's mane. This one's been dehydrated. Do you want to talk a little bit about some of the benefits for cognition?
Sure. So lion's mane has neural growth factor. It helps stimulate that growth factor, I should say. So it looks like a brain. It's really good for your brain. Helps with memory, cognitive abilities, just overall a powerhouse of a culinary and medicinal mushroom.
So delicious.
And next up we have turkey tail mushrooms. These were also foraged on the East Coast. And this was my first mushroom that kind of opened my eyes to the medicinal benefits of fungi and mushrooms. My mom went to go donate blood, and in doing so found out she had West Nile. So my husband and father both thought to use turkey tail as kind of a natural remedy to help her with her symptoms, and just after a week she didn't have any West Nile symptoms. In Japan, they're using turkey tail mushrooms to help with cancer therapies, so kind of in conjunction with traditional therapies. Next up we have a reishi that was also foraged, several years ago now, so it's a little bit on the old side, but it's still powerful and potent with its medicinal benefits. Reishi helps with anxiety and depression. It's also being used as a sleep aid now, and a lot of people use it for hormonal balance. Chaga is a really fun, really fun mushroom as well. Michelle, I'm sure you'd love to talk on.
Oh, this is one of my favorites. I love chaga for its earthy flavors and the dark, beautiful tea that you can steep these nuggets in and release this potent healer. It's adaptogenic, and my story with this is my son was suffering from some ulcers and we got him drinking chaga tea daily, and not only did the ulcers close, but he realized relief from all symptoms of acid reflux. So that's really amazing.
So just powerful to see these mushrooms helping us, shiitake with my skin, turkey tails with my mom, chaga with Michelle's son. It's just, the evidence is there. So super fun platter of medicinal mushrooms here. And last, we have some cordyceps. Cordyceps are gaining a lot of popularity with athletes because they increase your energy, stamina, and also aid in boosting your blood flow. So
I take those daily. I feel like the little Energizer bunny. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, and you can run me, for miles. So Michelle's a great model to show what these medicinal mushrooms can do. And then last off, I'll let Michelle speak to this, but this is kind of our platter of how to ingest.
Exactly. So obviously we want to spread the wealth, and we want to take in a lot of these healing mushrooms, and there's some great ways to do that. So of course you can always opt for fresh, and you always want to cook your mushrooms. Very important to cook mushrooms. You could also dehydrate mushrooms if you're not going to use them right away. This is what we recommend. And they can be dehydrated simply by slicing them thin and allowing airflow to go through. You can also use your oven at about 120 degrees for about 12 hours, and you'll achieve dehydration. You could do a tincture, which is an extraction method that allows you to increase the potency. And they have alcohol-based tinctures and also I think there are water-based, oil-based tinctures. So you can choose dropping your lion's mane. You can do a capsule, which is a nice, easy way to do that and to control your dosage. And you can use the powdered form, and you can stir that into coffee or whatever your favorite beverage is. Or you can use one of our recipes. This is a reishi chaga cookie.
It smells so good.
Thank you. It's got chocolate and espresso and tart cherry and dates. It's really a delicious kind of trail mix sort of cookie that highlights some of the mushrooms that we love so much for their deep earthiness, combined with the chocolate and the espresso, little shot of chili powder. So there's so many fun ways that you can ingest mushrooms. And what we wanted to do today was to introduce you to some of the mushrooms that are readily available, and getting a lot of news today. There's a lot of great information on these mushrooms specifically, as well as many others. This is by no means representative of even scratching the surface of mushrooms that are available and growing in our natural environments. But this is a great place to start, and we'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions or comments, comment below, and we'll make that an episode.